Okay, time for video number 2 of our 91 Eagle. I'm going to start outside because there's some lights that turn automatically, like that one. Little features that I added on. Solar light when you walk in the door, which makes things nice. I do have a step that actually bolts to the chassis under this door, but I have not got that far yet, but it goes with the coach. Also, you can see there's a switch here. If you turn this on, it turns lights on above you, LEDs that I put in, so for walking in the doorway. Anyway, there's lights everywhere, so. I already did a video on the front lounge. So I'm going to start right with the bathroom, go to the back lounge. Let me turn some power on here. I have the main switch. So I have all the LEDs on in the bus just so you can see that they're there. All the LEDs can be turned off individually, but they're all kind of set up. They're old RV lights, but I revamped all of them into LEDs. So you got your regular lights. I put lights above the tables and plenty of lighting. So when you're in the kitchen area, or that's a work light again. That LED is hooked into the batteries. Work light in the shower. Again, here's I don't know if I did this in the last video, but this is the bathroom. I rebuilt the toilet, the valve, the seal. Again, the floors are all new. Faucets are all new. Mirror, light switches for your LED lights. This cabinet, it's just a cabinet. I do have the handle. Got a little stash pot over here. That's about it for the bathroom. So we'll move on to the shower. So what I did is I removed, bear with me here while I get this shower door off. So I have some child protective straps on here. Anyway, there's a work light in the shower right now. Let me turn this off. It's just a light I have up here for working on the shower. This has been red guarded, sealed with 100% silicone. I just put a second new faucet in because the first faucet I put in was a single faucet and it sucked. So I cut the wall out and I put in a 2-handle faucet so you can control the hot and cold individually. Here there is a pipe I was going to do a little box around, and I ran some wires there. You can see the wires. Those are for a 12-volt light, so you can put a 12-volt light here shining down in the shower if you wanted to. This wire right here, there's a board that goes up here, oak trim board goes across here to hide the wires, but I left this wire again so a guy could put a fan in above the shower. This work light actually would come out of here. It's just temporary. But the shower surround is in. We use it all the time as is. We just have not decided what we want to do in the shower. So it's kind of a open palette. A person can put in again, we thought about that corrugated tin thing. My buddy did his Eagle that way. It looked really cool. Then I seen, maybe just tile halfway up, and who knows. But whatever a person wants to do, the shower is completely usable the way it is. Here as I'm facing the front of the coach, this is a closet door for the bunk room. So if you close the door off, you have the bunk area. This closet here was just going to be a pantry. Again, the trim board goes across here. It just covers with it's nothing. It just screws to this. And I was going to build a box here with shelves for like a pantry, dishes, whatever. Kind of, you see how the board is in here. It's kind of a just a trim board, same as the other bunks over here. There's trim boards everywhere. I'll have to turn the light on there. But anyway, so yeah, my idea here for this, on this wall right here, facing the kitchen is facing on the other side of this wall, the galley. So if you were to take the galley and put I have a hinge. I was going to cut a hole in this wall by the sink. You cut a 12 by 12 hole here, and you put the spring hinge on there, and the spring hinge you push open, and your garbage can would sit in the closet, so you can just put your garbage into the can, which I thought would be kind of cool, So yeah, that's the bunk room. You can see I've done everything in oak. Everything's been oak on everything. Again, the bunks, I got these silver screws in here. I have black screws. My son got me a big box of black screws. I just have not gone that far yet as to do that. Can't figure out what that noise is back here. It's a sub box of the stereo. Huh, that's what that was. Couldn't figure out what that noise was. Anyway, the sub box is going goofy. So these are 2 condo bunks. These are huge bunks. I have the curtain here. I just didn't put mine on yet. My mom just made them. I did leather on the tops of the rails so when you slide out of the bunk, you don't pinch your butt cheeks. This is Ellie Mae's bunk down here. There's wires ran in here for outlets. And I ran outlets in each bunk so guy can put a TV in or a fan, whatever you want to do. Again, I re-glued this headliner because it was coming down. So it turned out pretty good. You can kind of see how the bunks are. There's 3 bunks here. This again is a work light. It's just hanging there on a couple of screws and chains. Temporary plug for the light while I work in here. This hole here is for stepping up into the top bunk here. Bunks. So if you close the bunk room door, and these are your bunks. I have 3 standard bunks. I put LED lights in the bunks. There's separate air conditioning vents in each bunk so they get nice and cold. There is LED cigarette lighter and USB plugs plus 110 in every outlet. All the outlets, all the bunks have this setup in them. This is just kind of our storage bunk right now while I'm doing a video. You can see how I did the oak board. It just hides the wires behind it. Kind of neat. So all the bunks, these 3 bunks are the same. Mom did the curtains. We had them dry cleaned. Again, the carpet is brand new. This closet here. So this is one of the items that is not finished. This would be not a big item, but what I have in here is I have the water holding tank. This is a 125-gallon fresh water tank. It's got an overflow vent. It's also got a fill from outside. It's got an air vent. The chrome pipes you see here in the back come out of the heat ducts that I built, and they pipe into each bunk separately. Down here is your water out to your tank. Here's your water pump. Wear it in. You got the winterizing system set up. I got drain valves down here for draining the tanks in the wintertime. We have to worry about that here in the cold weather. So anyway, the idea for this closet, it's kind of hard to see how it's set up, but what we were going to do is I was going to put a wall. Now this tank is done. I have another shelf that would fit in here, and I have one more cabinet door, so I would have a cabinet above here, above this thing right here, above this tank. There'd be a cabinet door, and then there would be a fake wall here going down to the bottom, plywood, and you can carpet or you can whatever you want to do in here. You can make this really nice. My wife wanted me to put a bench here, so when you get out of the shower, you can walk over, sit your butt down on the bench, dry your feet, whatever you want to do. I was going to put a mirror on the back of here so she could see to do, a swing out mirror so she could do her makeup. That's power that's here is for an outlet on the wall for hair dryer or whatever. But yeah, this is one of the things I didn't have finished up yet, and I probably won't do this before I sell the coach. It's not a big deal if you got any kind of carpentry skills at all, or if you know somebody that does. No big deal. Again, this walls have been red guarded and waterproofed, so because the tank might sweat when you put cold water in. We built a tray, a metal tray for the tank to sit in. It has a drain that goes out the bottom of the coach. So anytime you get condensation, it stays in this tray. It doesn't get this floor wet in here and rot everything away. So Again, all the PEX tubing, faucets, holding tanks, dump tanks, gray tank, black tank, everything is new. I mean everything. There's a pipe going out through the ceiling in the shower for the vent for the toilet tank is new. That's about it for the bunk room area. Other than this, I put a big magnet on the bottom of the door, so this door catches on a magnet, and you will pull hard to get this door there so it doesn't go banging down the road. Anyway, turn some lights on here. I have these on a dimmer, just nice soft lights in the coach. Then I have all these LEDs, again, that I made out of old RV lights. This is where a table bolts in. The table that's in the front lounge, I have an identical table that was back here. You see the bolt holes, and they've been pre-tapped, from the factory. The new heat ducts. So the table can go here. I just never put it in because it's easier to work on this floor back here without banging your head on the table. So storage under that seat, storage under this seat, another tow heater wired in with the one on the front, so it's got a thermostat on. You can turn this up, and there's a powered sub box under there for the stereo and the sound bar for the TV. TV is, and here you got USB, the cigarette lighter and stuff. Got antennas hooked up. All the closets, all the cabinets, I went through, cleaned, buttoned everything up. I did put that squirrel cage fan I told you in the last video switch here. There's a fan on right here which blows straight down the coach. So you can turn this on, the windows open. It's a nice draft. And all it really is I bolted a squirrel cage fan in the closet. All our hats are in here. So it's just really, because this was another spot they had, one of those cruise airs, which was kind of a, those things were old and nasty. 12 volt stereo back here. 110 stereo back here. Sound bar back here, powered sub. Secret compartment. There's a big sub, there's a powered sub in this closet you can't see because it's dark. Here, I got a light on my head. There we go. So yeah, there's a power amp in here. It's a powered sub in behind this, the mirror for the stereo. So the rear lounge pounds pretty good. Nice closets. Clean. No more rodents. More cowboy hats. What do you know? Yeah, so the cushions are all in really good shape. Like I said, we had, and this used to be an ice box here, but I kind of did away with that, and I was just going to put a couple of drink holders in here because I put an air conditioning duct coming out of there. There's an air conditioning duct coming out under the seat over there, and then you got one coming out over there. So this back, and this is the thermostat here for the rear AC unit. I have 2 AC units in the bus. TV, you got your cabinet space. The air conditioning units in this coach one is a big 2-stage RV HVAC unit I took out of a Holiday Rambler, and I tied into the factory ducts. Tomorrow I'll be doing a video of the outside, but in the bays and stuff. But I tied all that stuff into this ductwork. So the big air conditioner on this side is a 2-stage air conditioner on the right side of the coach, and it does all the bunks. Then I have a park model, another 20,000 BTU AC unit sitting on the left side, and it cools the left side of the bus and the left bunks. So there's 2 AC units in the bays where they take up the whole back bay. A guy can get rid of them if he wanted to and put roof airs on, entirely up to whoever ends up with the coach. I just didn't want to cut into the virgin roof because the roof is in really, really nice shape. But as to the floor back here, these are the only 2 pieces of plywood that didn't get replaced. That piece there, because there's some heat duct stuff under here that I didn't want to take apart. It was a major, major deal. So, but this plywood was good, so I just cut on the sides of it if they go from here, probably, I don't know, 2 feet. They don't even go all the way to the heat ducts. But you can see I used the factory cold air returns, and I tied all my duct stuff for my AC into the factory ducts, and the factory air and factory heat in this coach is still intact. So heat in this bus will run you out. I don't care how cold it is outside. The coach AC works. There is a leak in the system. We found it with nitrogen. It's up front under the driver's seat. There's a valve there that needs to be cut out and replaced. The AC place here can do it, or they can bypass it and you would have just coach air, but then there would be no air conditioning to the driver. Driver's got to have air conditioning. You know, that you got to put a roof air up there and point it straight down to the driver who's in the fishbowl. But it stays pretty nice with the 2 air units on and a couple fans going. I mean, we drove some 90-degree days and it was comfortable. So I think that's pretty much the back lounge. You know, it's an L-shaped kind of sofa. If you can tell, this is me walking in. So yeah, a person can sleep back here too. So if you got 6 guys in a van, no problem. The tape, the EDM tape, every seam in this bus, every crack in the floor, after it got caulked, I caulked every joint, glued all the plywood down and screwed it. Every seam in this bus has got EDM tape on it, especially over the engine compartment, because I didn't want there to be any air or smell, CO, anything. You know, this is the engine back here. I've never had an issue. I didn't want any issue. When I gutted this back lounge, this floor, I did the tubing. I replaced I fixed all the tubing, sanded, painted, primed all the tubing. I put the aluminum trays back in, or galvanized trays from the factory back in. I put 1/2-inch Durarock in place over that for fire protection and heat protection. Then I did 1/2-inch foam board, foil-faced foam board. Then I did 1-inch carpet padding, upside down, face down, fire retardant carpet padding. So the rear lounge is not fireproof, but it's fire retardant. We did have a bus fire one time years ago in our 69 Eagle Model 5. And I did the same thing in that engine compartment. And the fire department told me that they thought that rear lounge construction that I did saved lives. So tearing it back apart in here and doing the same thing to this coach, I was pretty adamant about going that route. You know, I have my grandkids in here, or my wife, or the band when we go on the road. So, yeah, that's pretty much the rear lounge. You know, tomorrow I'll be doing I did all new screens. I got all the sliding windows all work. I mean, you know, all the sliding windows work. They didn't used to. They were all glued shut, but I got them all so they work. You open a couple windows back here and open that little window by the driver, and it's like air chamber in here. The fresh air is just amazing. So it doesn't take much to cool this coach down with the windows open. Again, you know, here's the closet. There's a big, huge closet here. I got a headlight on here. Big closet. Huge closet. You know, drawers. Big drawers. 2 big drawers here. I redid all the hinges. I redid all the slides. I redid everything. Everything's new. A couple of things I might have missed. I didn't even think I didn't think even the screws in the door hinges are new. Yeah, so hey. Anyway, that's the rear lounge. These air units, like I said, are great units. You can see how the bunks look, kind of. Get you a long shot maybe of it. This light's kind of a pain, but it's just a work light. You know, kind of dims down a little bit. But they look pretty good. Coach is clean. Coach smells good. There's no rodents. There's no bugs. There's nothing except a clean, remodeled, basically remodeled, gutted, revamped coach. Oak everything. Few things need to be finished up. Like I said, this closet with the garbage chute. Pick your tile for your shower. If you want to put ceiling fans and fixtures in the shower area and the bathroom area, I pre-ran the wires. They're there. That's up to whoever wants to buy the coach. This closet, as I said, needs, this is probably the biggest thing I would think. It's not really a big deal. If you don't want to put a cabinet up here, you can put a couple pieces of 1x in here and slap a piece of plywood in here and put a bench and you're done. And you have access to your tank. You don't have to do anything fancy here, but I was going to do a bench to sit on. You know, nothing fabulous. And a mirror for my wife to do her hair and makeup and stuff, you know, or me to do my hair and makeup, whatever the case might be. But yeah, so that's it for the coach, for the interior. If anybody wants to know anything else, you can text us or message us. Get rid of some, oh, these LED lights are nice, but man, they got some horrible whiteness to them. Terrible. I mean, I got 6 lights in this one. LED pucks that I put in. Yeah, so here's the other thermostat. This is for the unit on the driver's side, the 20,000 BTU park model unit I installed. So 2 air conditioners in the bus. Yeah, pretty much it. TV wired in. TV's also wired into the sound bar. So yeah, it's a musician's bus, but it's also a camper. I did both because we do camping, and we like to use it for the band. And the band goes and travels around a lot with it. So yeah, that's it. Any questions? Just holler at us, man. Appreciate it. Thanks. Have a good night.